This video is on our door kit payment system. It's a combination of a NIAX cashless system and a bill acceptor cash system. So it's accepting 1, 5, 10s, and 20s, and it's accepting your credit cards and your cell phone payments, and also 13.56 megahertz debit cards, all in one. This is connected up to a timer board, and we're going to show you here how we're going to control a computer with a USB cable. Now, USB cables have 4 lines in them for your data and your power and ground. What we're going to do is interrupt. Right now, in standby, they are interrupted. In other words, they're open, waiting.
So right now, they're not. I have my test board here set up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, what happens with this particular board? If it's connected and you go active, it'll let you go active. If it happens to not be hooked up yet and you try and go active with it, it comes up and tells you there's an open error. Alright, now that I have that, then I'm going to go and get rid of this. And I'm going to take my USB cable out of my USB port on the computer, and I'm going to plug it in to the USB cable.
Hold it up. Oh, there you go.
To the USB cable. Oh, come on. And then I'm going to take the USB cable here and plug it back in where my was plugged in before.
It's plugged in the right side of the USB port on the
Correct.
computer. Okay.
Alright, so now this is in the system. And in its standby mode, you're going to get the same thing we got when I unplugged the USB cable from the board. When you try and go active, it tells you that it is in fact not have connection. Alright, then I'm going to do this for, right now it's set up for 1.5 minutes per dollar.
You might want to set the timer board up so it
Yeah, I'm
comes
going
on
to as soon as I turn the relays on.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
You see the relays came on. Now when I go up here and try and go active, it's going to allow me to, because I have opened up the USB line. And it will let me go and send my packets to this IC on the board, and it will receive them back. Now right now it'll run for 1.5 minutes. I have it programmed for the NIAX reader for a $4 VIN for 6 minutes. On the bills, you can insert any amount you care to. You get 1.5 minutes of VIN time per dollar. Say this is set up for 4. It can be set up with multi-pricing where you can have 6 prices in it. Right now it's set up with just base of $4 in it. If you want to set it up for 4, 8, 10, 12, 20, it will automatically send the correct amount of pulses to the board that's inside this enclosure to let it run the time that it needs to run. Now this is coming up on shut-off time here, and I'm going to hold it up so you can see the relays de-energize.
The timer board will take multiple input pulses. So like now we sent $1, which is 1 pulse, so obviously we got 1.5 minutes. If we would have put $2, it would be $3, 3 minutes, and $4 and $5 and $6 and so forth. As many dollars you want, it just keeps adding.
And we just de-energized.
Okay.
And again, this will be $4.
Welcome. Please wait for confirmation. You have not been charged. Thank you.
Oops.
Well, I'm going to have to get a different card. That one's not been
Dead
programmed.
card? Okay.
That one has not been programmed.
If you put a card that's not part of the system, obviously it's not going to work. So that's part of the system, so you get a chance to see what happens if you put the wrong card in or some card from another
Welcome.
location.
Please wait for confirmation.
Now we just got
Thank you.
4 pulses
Goodbye.
sent, and if you had noticed up there, this will run for 6 minutes now. This light is on whenever the power is on, but it also flashes brighter when it sends each pulse For every dollar you put in it, you'll get one flash. You put a $5 bill in it, you'll see 5 flashes.
The timing can be set up for whatever you want.
From 30 seconds up to 32 minutes per single pulse. And then you can multiply that times the amount of dollars you want to charge.
Like in this case, our customer wanted to have a $4 amount, so it means it's got to be $1 bills. Of course, you could have put a $5 bill in there too, and it would have turned on the machine for the 7 minutes and 30 seconds instead of the normal 6 minutes for $4. And that's with the cash mode. Whereas with the credit card, the cashless, again, you can have 6 different prices up there. We have programmed this particular for the customer requirement. They only wanted to show one $4 transaction. So they didn't want the customer to be able to stay online with credit card for multiple purchases. They want each individual. So they could have had 6 prices. It could have been, example, $4, $8, $12, $16, and so forth, till they have all 6 prices loaded. This can be changed. There's a dashboard that's included from NIAX that lets you set whatever pulses you want for the amount of money from it. Whereas with the bill acceptor is what it is. It sends a pulse out for $1. Of course, you can have it configured 2 pulses for $1 or 4 pulses for $1. But in this case, the customer has it set the way they wanted it. $1, 1 pulse. We do this for international. We can have any bill acceptor that you request, and NIAX is anywhere in the world that you want to have cashless. In this case here, you got a combination of cashless and cash all in one machine. This mounts into a cabinet, so it can be a wooden cabinet, a metal cabinet, including it could be in a door. It's on a hinge, tips back, easy access to the bill acceptor, easy
The
to mount.
installation plate's got a flange on it all the way around. Drill 6 holes, cut this hole out here, mount it right in the wall.
This is die cast, that frame, so you can't just bend it. It's very, very secure. Operates on 100 to 240 volts input. It's stepped down through a power supply to run everything here at 12 volts. We've got a 5 amp power supply running everything. The timer board is mounted inside of a plastic enclosure, and the NIAX modem to the top of it. And on all front and back, we have the 4 optically isolated relays. You see they're all energized right now because we are opening and closing the 4 lines of a USB cable. So at the end of the time, in this case like 6 minutes, those 4 optically isolated relays will open and disconnect the USB from your computer or game or whatever you're hooked up to your computer application.
Right now, this board, my test board here, is allowing the computer to talk to it via the USB cable. When it disconnects, it will no longer talk back and forth.
Okay.
Get it online, and you can see it's receiving the packets back from the board.
We still have another couple of minutes to
You
go.
got a
on
minute
the
and a
timer.
half left on
Minute
it.
and a half left on this. Of
And
course,
it's going to do the same thing it did at the end of the minute and a half for $1.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to disengage all 4 relays.
Yeah. Now that little board you see in the right side of your screen, that's a VCB2 board. Our customers purchase that for computer applications. And if they want to use that board with this kit, and you just saw it demonstrated, and it works exactly as shown. So this board can be hooked up to for dispensing cards, for shelf dispensing, box dispensing. It's pretty much unlimited applications for that little red
Running
board.
motors.
Yeah, motors. It's unlimited applications. But you see a computerized payment system here that controls through USB. All right, this should pretty much take care of everything.
We're coming up on
I should say, additional those cards that we showed you, the RFID cards. These RFID cards are 13.56 megahertz. They got a little chip and an antenna inside of them, and they're unique to the system, so people cannot counterfeit them per se. Here, just open.
We just opened back up at 6 minutes.
Okay, that ends our presentation. Thank you for looking.